absolutely nothing like what we're doing today. I heard this on the radio. I was like, that's what we're doing. If I can remember how it goes. Right, so it is The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy. I am Griff Hamlin of Blues Guitar Unleashed. I know, it's not blues. Today we're doing classic rock. That's the way it is. What can I say? I go both ways. I like blues, I love rock, I grew up on both. So some days I feel like rocking out a little bit, and this is actually one of my all-time favorite songs, period, end of story. It's just an awesome tune, and I love it, and it's got a great set of changes. Really unusual for a rock song to have this this type of chord work available in it. So let's just run it down because it's really fun. Now, the original recording, admittedly, they probably played it in A, tuned down a half step. And I only say that because there's one spot where I think there's a low E flat, but I've always just played it in standard tuning, but played it in A flat. So to break it down, right, the first few chords, and real quick, I see I got some folks on the Facebooks here, some folks on the YouTubes. Just let me know you can hear me, all is well, and we're down with this. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me and that everything's going okay. Okay, so and tone-wise, by the way, I have an ever so slightly out of tune PRS SC594. It's very much very, very comparable to the virtual old stock gold top Les Paul that you've probably seen me play. This is virtually identical to a 59 Les Paul, which my gold top also is. It's got just a very, very, very slightly different tone. I would say probably largely due to the pickups. And even in that case, it's probably as much due to the, I'll say, the pickup height or adjustment as it is to the pickups themselves. You know, a couple of millimeters can make all the difference in what a pickup sounds like. For tone, I'm actually using something that I had on the board. It's a Love Pedal Super 6 SRV mod. Really not a Marshall-y sounding pedal at all, but it's doing the job today, and I didn't want to swap it out. It's what was on there, so that's what we got into a clean my 11 rack on my standard super reverb clean setting. But it's pretty close. It's pretty Marshall-y, so it'll work. It'll get the job done. So the first chord is A flat. Now, if you have a hard time playing bar chords, start with the middle third and pinky finger, and then add in, and then just lay your first finger down. Because if you get nothing but those three notes, you'll know what chord it is. That'll get you the sound, right? And that's what we need. Is we need the sound, right? We don't necessarily need the whole chord. So start with these three fingers and don't worry about pushing down with the first finger. Just get it to lay flat. Okay? If you can do that, then worry about pushing down and getting the low note. The last thing you want to worry about is maybe trying to get some of those higher notes. But on the original recording, I don't even hear those higher strings, so I wouldn't sweat it if you have a hard time with it. From the A flat major, we're going to a C minor. And again, it's the exact same hand shape, it's just translated by a string and down a fret, right? So again, I would concentrate on the middle three fingers. I've got, third finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, pinky on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, middle finger on the 4th fret of the 2nd string, first finger lays across the bar. And again, I'm probably not going to hit that top string, right? So I got, and then we're going to go up to a D flat major, Okay, now if you play it as a power chord, that's going to work out okay. But if you can, go ahead and get the third finger rolled back. You know, you could do the traditional type of shape, but I have a really hard time getting my 3 fingers in there. Again, you know, you could do even like 2 fingers, 2 plus 1, whatever you got to do. Okay, down to an F minor. Okay, now F minor is the singularly most difficult chord to play on a guitar, simply because it's way down at the 1st fret, and it requires that you you got a bar, right? You got to get your 3rd finger and 4th finger down here at the 3rd fret of the 5th and 4th string. Well, the hardest part is getting the bar on that 3rd string. So that's what you want to concentrate on. Is even if you blow the low E string and the upper E strings, concentrate on pushing down with sort of that 2nd knuckle to get the 3rd string. You need those 3 strings, and you get all 3 notes of the chord there, right? So again, you know, sometimes we take what we can get, right? Okay, then back up to the C minor, back down to the F minor. Okay, so far we've got A flat, C minor, D flat, F minor, 1, if you know the Nashville system, 3 in this key, 4, 6, 3. This is the most classic jazz turnaround on the planet right now, believe it or not. 3, 6, 2. Okay, we're going to do a B flat minor 7. Okay, there's a couple of different ways you can play that. You can do it with a bar, but it's really hard, and I think it sounds better even if you don't. So if you get your 3rd finger across the 6th fret on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, and add your middle finger to the 6th fret on the 6th string, it'll naturally mute out the 5th string for you. Okay, and so that's our B minor 7. And then the next chord is actually what's called an E11, and it's the 6th fret on the middle 4 strings. And you can either just move up your 3rd finger from there, or switch over to a single bar, however you want to do that. Okay, so far we've got A flat, C minor, D flat, F minor, C minor, F minor, B flat minor 7, E flat 11. Sometimes that E flat 11 will be written as D flat over E flat. It's another way that that's commonly notated. Oh, be safe, honey. My wife's driving. That's funny. Okay, so again, A flat, C minor, D flat, F minor, C minor, F minor, B flat minor 7, E flat 11, A flat, C minor, D flat, go up 3 frets to what's technically F flat major, but we're just going to call it E major. Back down to C minor. Here's our turnaround again. F minor, B flat minor 7, E flat 11. Right? And these are the changes. And then the chorus is just A flat, power chord, B flat, and D flat. That's really all there is to that. So that's not really the fun part. The fun part is A flat, C minor, D flat, F minor, C minor, F minor, B flat minor 7, E flat 11, D flat, F flat, C minor, F minor, B flat minor 7, E flat 11. And this just repeats. is how you play the chords to The Boys Are Back in Town. Now, of course, there's that whole... which, to the best of my recollection and ability, and you know, please don't hold me accountable if I mess this up. Because I might get this a little bit wrong. I haven't played this song in many years, but it's an A flat major scale. So, starting with the 3rd fret. Oh, that little bass riff. It's from the A flat. You jump up to F at the 8th fret on the 5th string, E flat, down to C at the 8th fret, and the E flat and the F on the 5th string. So it's boom, and then the bass goes, and those are the notes. Let me get my middle finger out of the way. So that's that little bass riff, if you want to play it on guitar. So anyhow, if you think of an A flat major scale, starting with 1st fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, 1st, 2nd, 4th on the 2nd string, 1st, 3rd, and 4th on the 1st string. And that's the whole thing to the best of my ability, or best of my recollection. Now there's a lower and I can't remember what the lower voice does. Everything's going to be from that A flat major scale. So for example, if the first, I can make some educated guesses. Right? So what's probably going to be the case it's probably going to be lower, you know, it's going to be like a 3rd away, probably, or a 5th away. It's this starts on the 3rd of the scale. Or sorry, the root of the scale. So the next harmony down would start on the 5th of the scale. I would guess that that's going to be it. Again, I don't know. Okay, I'm simply making an educated guess. And there's going to be somebody who's going to chime in and be like, no, that's totally wrong. And yes, it very well may be. But it also may be exactly right. I could do, you know, what I often do here. Let's see. Let's break out the looper. And if I... 1, 2, 3... All right, so if I play that, let's see if my guess sounds good. So, you know, something along those lines. Again, that's probably not exactly right. It's an educated guess. Whenever you harmonize guitar lines, they always go in, you know, chord tones, right? So if the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and root, typically, right? So if the beginning of that line is on the 1st of the scale, I anticipate that if there was another line up, it would start on the 3rd of the scale. If I'm looking at a line below, I expect it to be on the 5th of the scale. And that just, it's just a little music theory in action. But these are how these types of lines typically go. So you kind of get used to that after a while. A lot of Queen stuff has like those harmony guitar parts in it, old Iron Maiden stuff, all that. So, I kind of deciphered those throughout the years, and I noticed that they just kind of always do that. So, anyhow, that was really fun. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. As always, if you want to check out bluesguitarunleashed.com, if you dig this video, share it with a friend. I have a bunch of pedals at my feet, and I turn things on and off on the screen that way, so in case you wonder why I'm looking around. I've just, I've been doing these live things. A lot of people have asked, like, how, when do you do them? I don't know. It's whenever the time allows itself in my day. A lot of times I, have done these, previously recorded, and now that the technology allows me to do it live, it's a lot more fun to do it live. So I just prefer to do it this way. So I hope you dig it. As always, you can subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/bluesguitarunleashed, or if you're on the Facebooks, facebook.com/bluesguitarunleashed. And I am Griff Hamlin, and I hope to see you soon. Take care of yourself.